Fox News alert moments ago, the Associated Press reporting that the defense has rested in the capital murder trial of Philadelphia abortion doctor Kermit Gosnell. He will not testify. He will not call any witnesses. This is a surprise to those who have been closely following this trial. And it comes just as the White House announces President Obama will, in fact, speak as planned at a Planned Parenthood event this Friday. He will be their keynote speaker, just as the group comes under fire for reportedly knowing about some of the horror stories from the Gosnell clinic, but not doing more with that information. Monica Crowley's a radio talk show host. Kirsten Powers is a Daily Beast columnist. Both are Fox News contributors. The Philadelphia Inquirer says women used to go into the Philly Planned Parenthood all the time with horrific injuries, and as a result of Dr. Gosnell. And Planned Parenthood says, well, we would always encourage them to report it to the Department of Health, but that's about it. So you've got that, and then you've got this Planned Parenthood lobbyist who just testified down in Florida. She was so confused about whether a baby born alive as a result of botched abortion. She just couldn't decide whether that baby should get medical care. Would it get medical care? The baby's born alive. It's on the table, struggling for life. Do you call the doctor or not? Remember her? Let's watch her.
You stated that that a baby born on a table as a result of a botched abortion, that decision should be left to the doctor and the family. Is that what you're saying?
That decision should be between the patient and the healthcare provider.
I think that at that point, the patient would be the child struggling on a table. Wouldn't you agree?
That's a very good question. I really don't know how to answer that.
Good timing for President Obama, Kirsten, to be going to be the keynote speaker at a Planned Parenthood event.
Not great timing, no. Planned Parenthood did put out a statement after a lot of pressure after this lobbyist said that, and said that they, of course, would want the baby to receive medical attention, even though it almost never happens. Which my obvious question that I had after that was, well, what does almost never happens mean, and how many babies above the number 0 are we okay with this happening? Because this happened in the context, as you know, Megyn, of a debate over an infant born alive act that would require by law that you would give medical assistance, and Planned Parenthood was opposing that. So, you know, they later withdrew that opposition because they were getting so much bad press. But why would you oppose that if you say you support providing medical care to infants born alive?
It's very, you know, in your face, Monica, for the president to go and do that, to be the keynote speaker for such a controversial group. And even if you support them, you got to admit they're controversial. They've now come out and condemned Kermit Gosnell and his clinic and said it's, in their view, it justifies the need for Planned Parenthood more than ever. But this guy ran this clinic for 30 years and reportedly killed hundreds, if not thousands, of babies born alive.
Yes. Well, the words of Planned Parenthood now, when they were, as Kirsten points out, backing on their Florida lobbyist words, and now saying that they find that what happened in Kermit Gosnell's clinic to be, quote, appalling. You know, that's all kind of self-serving language now to justify their appalling inaction when their attention was called at least several times by people who had been in this clinic saying the conditions here are absolutely outrageous and this clinic needs to be looked at. But I think in terms of the president, Megyn, you know, when you're talking about bad timing, yes, that's all true, but it's not a mystery as to why the president is speaking at their fundraising gala on Friday night. This is a man who has consistently supported this kind of thing. And I go back to his time as a state senator in Illinois. He had a chance, not once, not twice, but 3 times to put into place, or at least to vote for a law called the Born Alive Infant Protection Act in the state of Illinois, 2001, 2002, 2003, that would protect infants who were, as in these cases, born alive. Not only did he do it,
because we're coming up against a hard break.
He actively opposed it 3 years ago.
We're coming up against a hard break, but he was asked about this trial, and he declined to comment because it's an ongoing trial. He had a different view on some other trials. That's next.